Yes, a very good afternoon, and you're very welcome here in Pilltown GA grounds. We're in County Kilkenny for this Lidl Ladies Gaelic Football National League opener. It's an all-Munster affair this afternoon in this Division 1 Round 1 encounter. It's Waterford against Kerry here in Pilltown GA grounds. Fine setting here in County Kilkenny for this league opener. Waterford basing a lot of their training here at the moment, hence I suppose why they choose Pilltown for this afternoon's game. Visiting this afternoon are the All-Ireland finalists from last year, Kerry, who of course once again are under the stewardship of Declan Quill and Dara Long. Pat Sullivan back in charge of Waterford. It's the second year of his second term in charge, and the Daesh are going to be wearing their navy jerseys this afternoon, warming up away to our right, Kerry away to our left, and delighted to be joined on co-commentary this afternoon by Daesh legend Michelle Ryan. Michelle, here we are again, the start of it, I suppose, and it's going to be a pretty intriguing league this year because it's back to, I suppose, teams getting their 7 games as well. Really, really competitive. What can we expect in the top flight this season?
Thanks, Gavin. Delighted to be here. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It is back to the old structure pre-2020 where you have 8 teams and 7 games, and that's going to be of massive benefit to all teams. It's the last 2 years have seen divided into 1A, Group 1A and 1B, and I suppose that was kind of divided up geographically, which meant that Waterford over the last 2 years have been in Division 1 against the likes of Dublin, Cork and Meath, and you know, when you think about it, that's been a tough draw for them to progress in the National League over the last 2 years. Those 3 teams are the only teams to have won Senior All-Ireland since 2005, so you know, to make progress in that stages of the league over the last years would have been difficult, whereas now, you know, you have the 7 games. Luckily the first 3 games for Waterford are going to be at home, including today here at Kerry. They have Cork as well, and then Mayo, and before they take the trip up to Donegal. So look, it's a very, I suppose 2 teams are starting from a very different place in the sense that you have Kerry, as you mentioned, Senior All-Ireland finalists from last year, having won Division 2 in the league and seen massive progression over the last 12 months. Waterford, while maintaining their Division 1 status, were involved in relegation battles in the Division 1 league and also in Championship, and I've seen a bit of changes within their personnel on the pitch. So look, at the start of any season, everyone's always enthusiastic. Everyone's always trying to, I suppose, see what the cards they have and play them out. And the league and the structure that it is now with the more games means that managers can try out players a little bit more and see what they are dealing with. But I suppose the Kerry management are probably pretty happy that they have a settled system based on last year. They also have the addition of Hannah O'Donoghue and Fiona Tagney back in their ranks this year as well, which is a big boost for them.
Certainly going to strengthen the Kerry girls this season. That is our cue to take you through the team lineups this afternoon, starting with Waterford. Who'll be wearing the navy strip this afternoon. It's Evelyn O'Brien of Clashmore, Kinsale Beg between the posts, full backline Kate McGrath, Megan Dunford and Aoife Murray. It's Eve Power, Emma Murray and Hannah Power in the half backline, the Power sisters there from St. Pat's of course. Kellyanne Hogan and Ava Waring teaming up at midfield. The half forward line is Anya O'Neill, Breed McMaw on the 40 alongside Cara McCarthy, and the inside line for the Daesha this afternoon, Annie Fitzgerald, Lauren McGregor and Sheena McGuckian. In the inside line is the match referee Jonathan Murphy, just performing the pre-match toss there with the respective captains there in the centre of the field, just looking around. Very little breeze here, so it's still enough afternoon conditions. Going to be pretty testing, I'd imagine, underneath as well given the time of the year, but that's the Waterford lineup. Kerry then, there's one late change for the visitors this afternoon. Mary Ellen Bulger between the posts, full back line of Ailey Schlinch. Into the team comes Emma Costello, who of course needs no introduction. She replaces Kaylee Cronin at full back. Aoife Delan then wearing number 4, whom Michelle just mentioned. It's Niamh Broderick, Aisling O'Connell and Louise Galvin in a very formidable half back line. Lorraine Scanlon and Mary O'Connell team up Lorna Porca. Half forward line is Niamh Carmody, Shifra O'Shea captaining the team at centre forward alongside Quiva Evans, and the inside line is Niamh Ní Crahor, Danielle O'Leary at the edge of the square, and Hannah O'Donoghue at number 15. So it's a pretty formidable Kerry side as Declan Quill, one of the joint managers, makes his way just directly underneath us here. So plenty of talent on, I suppose, both sides. Waterford probably in maybe a rebuilding stage given, I suppose, the loss of players. I think it was 9 players I read during the week who featured last season between not able to commit and maybe travel and things like that. So taking on, I suppose, a pretty formidable and a well balanced and seasoned Kerry side, Michelle.
They are, like you mentioned, we are missing 9 players from Waterford that would have featured throughout last year. The likes of Aileen Wall, Mairead Wall, Laura Mulcahy, Quiva McGrath, Chloe Fennell, Rebecca Casey and Ashley Mullaney. Some some of them very seasoned defenders, but also more importantly, I think as well, is that the Waterford over the last number of years have struggled to get scores and struggled at times to be dangerous in front of goal and can't afford to lose too many forwards. And when you take out the likes of Aileen Wall and Chloe Fennell and even Caoimhe McGrath, who transferred up to the forwards over the last 2 campaigns, they're big shoes to fill. And no doubt the leaders on the team now, the likes of the Murray sisters, the likes of Karen McGrath, who isn't starting here, the captain isn't starting here today, but is on the bench. They're great at driving forward and breaking through tackles. I think a girl who really impressed me last year was Anya O'Neill. She started wing back sometimes, midfield sometimes, and she was really great at breaking through the line of defence against opposing teams. The Donegal game last year sticks out to me as well. Breach McMo also, and that's going to be very important to see those players taking on the ball, breaking through that line as much as they can, and giving it their all.
Absolutely. So almost ready to go here in Piltown GA grounds. Jonathan Murphy of Carlow, vastly experienced referee, is the man in the middle this afternoon for the start of the league. Division 1, of course. Games galore to come over the next couple of weeks, and all exclusively live here on the Ladies Gaelic Football channel as well. So do indeed subscribe to that. Get your pass indeed for a whole host of games coming your way. Of course, started last night, of course, with Dublin defeating Meath up in the capital there. I know you were on TV duty for that one with TG Cahir last night, Michelle. So winning start for Mick Bohan's side. It
was an impressive, I suppose, impressive how they finished that game, Gavin, considering the amount of changes made by both sides throughout the game, showing that they're really trying to use as many players as possible. But they finished the game really strong. A great contribution from the sideline, from the subs on Dublin to kind of finish out that game strong. Now it has to be said that I suppose Meath were without some marquee players and marquee forwards, and maybe they didn't have that potent threat in front of goal as they would usually have. The likes of Emma Duggan unavailable through injury. Vicky Wall, as we know, is not available yet, but will hopefully be back during later on in the campaign. But I have to say, what really stood out to me last night was the pace of the game was incredible for the first league game in the middle of January. Was really incredible. There was a good bit of physicality to it as well. There was a few handling errors. There was a lot of passes going astray, but I suppose that is that initial rustiness with regards to being slick with the ball in your passing, and that will come over the next few games. But it was a very high-paced, high-action game last night, and hopefully we'll have the same here today.
Looking forward to it indeed. So almost ready for action here in Piltown GA grounds for this opening round clash. It's Waterford against Kerry. First competitive outing of the season, of course, for both counties. Waterford needed a relegation battle, of course, in the league and the championship to retain their top flight status last season. Kerry, of course, with that incredible run, getting to the All-Ireland final and beaten by a star-studded Meath side in an absolutely fantastic game of football. So they'll be keen to drive things on even further in 2023. Waterford just having their final few words there. And both teams ready to take up positions on what's turning out to be a dry day so far. Very little breeze around there, so I'm sure the players will be hoping if the rain stays off that won't be too bad.
Exactly, and it looks like it's staying off for another while at least. But as you mentioned, the ground underfoot is a little bit heavy going
looks
as well.
Heavy, yeah.
But the only thing is as well, there is very little breeze. I mean, and there is very little to prevent the girls from I suppose taking their scores, creating chances, moving about the field. So game about to throw in, so let's hope it's a good one.
Indeed. So Jonathan Murphy of Carlow gets this National League opener underway here in Piltown. Waterford against Kerry, and Kerry trying to get early possession there with Rain Scanlon in the centre of the field. A real battle for this one. Both players trying to test each other there. It was ripped out of the hands there. Emma Murray just giving away the free there, and Kerry not hanging around with this one. Early attack for them in the shape of Niamh Carmody. Good play by Niamh, picks it up, and Kerry go through the hand pass route and get Hannah O'Donoghue on the ball for the first time this afternoon. The lethal corner forward has a player off her shoulder, Niamh Broderick, player who loves to get forward, being policed there by the Waterford defensive unit, who have plenty of bodies back there so far. You'll see the bounce of that ball there, testing maybe to the conditions which are a little bit challenging this afternoon, but dry so far. Kerry mounting another attack. This time it's Hannah O'Donoghue being pushed back though by the Waterford defence, sprays it across the far over side of the field. Good use of the kick pass, and brings her opposite corner forward Niamh Crahor into the action. Good play by Niamh, turning and twisting, has support there from Louise Galvin as well. And Kerry go route one, long ball in over the top, looking for Danielle O'Leary inside. Has possession, looking for options. Waterford plenty of bodies back there as well. One of them, Cara McCarthy, and the modern number 12, of course, back in her own defensive unit. But Kerry playing keep ball. Eventually ball comes back out as far as Niamh Crahor again on the ball for the Kingdom, sprays it across. Beautiful ball outside. Lovely slick movement here by Kerry. Is there an end product? They'd like to think so. They certainly have indeed. It's Niamh Carmody who gets the opening score here in Piltown. A well worked move. There was patience in the build up, and that was a quality finish by the Fanoog St. Senans player.
And that's the key word there, Gavin. It's patience. That was well worked by the Kerry forwards. I have to say Waterford had set up very well. The numbers were there. They were putting pressure on them, moving from side to side. But the only way to break that defence is actually move the ball quickly from one side of the field to the other. That's exactly what they did. Niamh Carmody on the end with a very good score.
And that was well won back by the Kerry centre back Aisling O'Connell as they mount another attack. They're looking very lively in the opening exchanges here. This is a route one ball inside again, batted down. Literally Megan Dunford there on top of their marker there. Well picked up there. Aoife Murray, Emma Murray I should say, is always in the tick of the action. The Murray name needs synonymous of course with Waterford ladies football. And now there's a chance for Anya O'Neill to try and break that line. Waterford going into their first attack of the afternoon. It's Aoife Murray way up from her corner back position. Offloads as far as Anya O'Neill. Good play by Anya. Breed McMaw on the ball now, the Ballymacarbery player. Anya O'Neill back now into the equation comes Hannah Power of St. Pat's back in the fold this year. Her sister Eve of course is wearing number 5 for Waterford this afternoon as the day should go forward. It seems to be a high challenge there. Referee says play on because Waterford's still in possession. It's a good run here by Aoife Murray, but she's surrounded there by a wall of green and gold jerseys trying to get out of a tough situation there. Did well though. Waterford, maybe Breed McMaw there can get her hands in this one and just rips the ball out of her hands there, says Jonathan Murphy, who's right up at the play. Bit unfortunate there from Waterford. It was a good move, but Kerry, plenty of bodies back there, and they win that ball back. Kicked outside very, very quickly here as far as the corner back. That's Ailey Lynch who has a chance to get down over the ball. That's good play. And she's been pulled and dragged there. Referee says play on. Annie Fitzgerald working hard as always. Ball back inside. Just not much of a bounce on the surface there this afternoon. It's Niamh Broderick who's on a lot of possession early on for Kerry, and there's a pullback there which Waterford aren't too happy with that decision, but Kerry not hanging around and getting the play on very, very quickly indeed with Lorraine Scanlon. Switches it across the far over side of the field. Good play here by Kerry. And that's down looking for Guida Evans on the far over side of the field. Back into the centre now as far as Lorraine Scanlon again for Kerry. It's a good build-up play. Waterford plenty of bodies back there. A point to no score. Kerry lead. Back with Niamh Carmody again, the opening score, the only score so far here in Piltown. Can she add to her tally? Gets inside the cover again. Right-footed effort from Niamh Carmody. She can do no wrong so far. That's an absolutely superb kick. 2 shots at the post for the wing forward. She has 2 points. Kerry have 2 points, and they're looking very, very lively in that attack, Michelle.
An excellent score by Niamh Carmody. I suppose considering the amount of players that were surrounding her at that time, her footwork to get in through those narrow spaces and create space for herself. I mean, she was an all-star winner last year. Very great impact all throughout the campaign last year, and looks like she's starting this year on a good one as well.
Waterford will want to respond, and they have a chance to respond now. Gets the ball inside here as far as Cara McCarthy. Good play by the Abbey side player. Turning and twisting. Can see Kerry there. Very disciplined in that tackling as well. Pleading for steps underneath us. Referee says it's okay. And Kellyanne Hogan has the ball. Waterford trying to go into this attack now. Kellyanne Hogan takes the 1-2 there. Good play by the Ballymacarbery player looking for options. Links up with her clubmate Breed McMaw. Trying to step inside that cover there. And Waterford, good use. Short hand passing here by Waterford. Now can they finish it? Breed McMaw, brilliant defending there. Kerry there, back there in numbers. Got the tackle in there. And again, patience in working the ball out. I see there's looks like a Kerry, that is the Emma Costello, of course, who started instead of Kaylee Cronin at full back for the visitors this afternoon. Now they have an advantage again. It's a direct ball inside, looking for the run of Hannah O'Donoghue inside, and I think the referee seemed to be playing an advantage there. He had the hand up, none accruing, so it's going to be back to the free. But Waterford, you have gone forward a few times, Michelle, and as you can see, Kerry is very disciplined in that tackling, and their work rate very sharp so far.
They are, you're right, and I suppose one of the differences in the attacking styles there is Waterford very much keeping it very narrow, trying to go up the middle through very narrow channels where there's a lot of Kerry bodies. Kerry very experienced in their approach, constant moving side to side of the pitch, creating the space, ball going from the wings over and back.
Lorraine Scanlon with a direct ball inside here. Kerry forwards looking very menacing, as we were saying. Scanlon takes that 1-2, has a shot off her right leg, looks at the post, floats this one in and floats it over the bar. Superb effort by the Castle Island Desmonds number 8. She can well able to get up and down the field. She's well able to finish as well, as illustrated by that kick. Kerry with 3 shots at the post, and they've 3 points on the board.
And I suppose most of those 3 shots have come just outside the 21, maybe about 30 yards out there, Gavin, and there is that pocket of space, even though the numbers for Waterford are there, maybe not getting down on the ball and putting just enough pressure on the kicker.
And Waterford have possession back as well. One back by Eve Power on the far over side of the field. On now as far as Murray, again off the shoulder here. Waterford attacking at pace this time. This is a good menacing run, and off as far as Ava Waring, the Aaron Zone player, intermediate champions in Waterford, of course, from last season. And Waterford going across, bringing it all the way across as far as Hannah Power, the St. Pat's player, inside as far as Anya O'Neill. Still Anya O'Neill. Anya takes her effort, but it's well blocked down there. Once again, Kerry back there in plenty of numbers. They got the block in there. Textbook defending there by the Kerry defenders. Aoife Delan amongst the tick of the action as always. And again, it's that direct kick pass down as far as Shifa O'Shea, the Kerry captain, of course, was at the launch of the league during the week, and speaking about trying to drive things on even further. She's going to be a big leader and a big player for Kerry this season. Again, beautiful switch of the play there from Niamh Nicrohor on the far over side now. Kerry certainly going through the kick pass route a lot here in the opening exchanges here in Piltown.
Eventually effort comes in here. Waterford's going to have to, beaten to that ball. Chance of a goal here for Kerry. Offload inside. I'd say it's gone into the back of the net there from Kerry, and Shifra O'Shea gets the goal. Evelyn O'Brien got a hand to it, but again got inside a little bit too easy. She was never going to miss from there. Evelyn O'Brien tried her best, but Shifra O'Shea gets the opening goal of this league opener, and Kerry well on top. Michelle Ryan.
They are on top, and I think, going that attack there now was moving very quick. Waterford need to gain possession, need to make the small advances up the field, because Kerry are starting to pull away.
And here's Hannah O'Donoghue again. It could get worse here for Waterford. O'Donoghue plays the 1-2. Chance of another goal for Kerry. Effort comes in, brilliantly blocked inside. O'Donoghue has the second bite and it pulls it at first time. Little scramble inside there. Waterford do well. How did they keep that one out? Somehow they did, and the ball is out now with Evelyn O'Brien trying to win it out, and there's a Kerry player down on the ground. Niamh Carmody is down, just picked up a bit of a knock. It seemed to twist her knee there possibly. Let's hope that's not too serious, because she went down there in quite a bit of distress. But again, that could have been curtains there again for Waterford. The Kerry forwards look really, really lively so far.
They do, and you can see the Waterford backs gathering in together to have a chat. Obviously not happy with how those scores have come about in the last few minutes. And like I said, Kerry are finding that space. Their movement is absolutely excellent. They're finding the little pockets just there in front of goal. I mean, a ball came in there, and Niamh O'Connor had no right to win a ball. Came out in front, got a hand in front of Hannah Power that time, was able to pass it off to Shifra O'Shea to take that goal chance. And there was another goal chance just there, but the Waterford defence coped well with that, and they had the numbers there, able to stop it on the line. But they just need to, I suppose, build slowly up the field and maybe spread their play a little bit more, especially when they get to around the half forward line position, and a little bit more support off the shoulder, because they're working well up until that space up there, but just seem to run out of options up when they get to there.
Yeah, that final pass maybe leaving them down on a few occasions, but Kerry is well drilled. They're down here in numbers as well this afternoon. Plenty of Kerry supporters in the green and gold hats. The bobble hats are out here in force in Pilltown this afternoon. Thankfully staying dry so far, but it's Kerry well on top on the scoreboard here in the opening 10 minutes or so. 1-3 to no score. They lead Waterford in this league opener. That goal coming courtesy of Shifra O'Shea, the Kerry captain. Now can Waterford get their names on the scoreboard? They'd like a score just to settle themselves down on the 45-metre line, back with Ava Waring. Links up with her midfield partner, that's Kellyanne Hogan. Kellyanne goes route one with this one into the corner. Can Annie Fitzgerald keep this one in play? Good play by the Galtier player. She's very, very close to the sideline where she pulled back. Referee seems to indicate so. So that's going to be a free in to Waterford, and well engineered there by Annie Fitzgerald, who's plenty of pace and plenty of energy, so they'll be hoping to get her on the ball. It's right out in the corner. Going to be a very, very difficult one to kick, and imagine Waterford will work a short one. Looks like Kellyanne Hogan is coming across to take it, whom you'd know fairly well, Michelle.
Yeah, Kelly has been a free taker within our club and within the county also. But as you said, it's quite a tight angle. I'm assuming she's going to look for a 1-2 to create the angle better for herself, for somebody else. Yeah,
goes back with it, and Cara McCarthy just bypasses Cara initially. You can see Kerry are in the thick of the action once again. Waterford overturning that ball. Kerry, both players losing their footing there, but the referee says play on, and Kerry are out of that channel there very, very quickly indeed. It's swift movement by the Kingdom so far, and they have possession back again. The runner there, that runner off the shoulder, always seems to be readily available. This time into the action is Niamh Broderick, just momentarily bypass Niamh, and now it's Waterford's chance to break at pace. Here's Lauren McGregor trying to get inside that cover, needs options and needs support. You can see this time it's Kerry with plenty of bodies back there. Waterford, if they can get this pass off, chance here maybe for Sheena McGuckie, and ball doesn't go to hand now. Kerry back there once again, overturned possession, and away they come. Kick forward as far as Lorraine Scanlon, who has a point so far, and again it's a direct kicking style from Kerry this afternoon, down into the aforementioned Hannah O'Donoghue. She's been policed by Megan Dunford, who's in her 9th season with Waterford. Vastly experienced defender, and this one bounces awkwardly inside. Waterford do well to retain it though, and Kate McGrath picks it up. Another vastly experienced player in the Waterford defence. Plenty of youth in this Waterford team as well, and again that pass just doesn't go to hand there, and Shifra O'Shea, the one player you don't want to be messing with, is in there. But Waterford do well to win it back with Murray. Again, it's a tackle in there. Brilliant stuff there. Niamh Rahor, eyes on the ball, dispossesses Ava Waring, and now Kerry break at pace again. Here's Niamh Carmody, 2 points so far, goes route one inside. Goalkeeper is off her line. That's well read by Evelyn O'Brien. Waterford having to go through the new goalkeeping route as well this year, having lost the 3 keepers from last year, but Evelyn O'Brien and Caitlin Gardner, of course, is the substitute keeper for Pat Sullivan's charges this afternoon. But it's their chance. Waterford trying to have a chance to work this ball up now. Referee says, has the hand up, but says, yeah, it's okay, you have possession. Emma Murray, can they find a spark? Can they get their names on the scoreboard? Murray taking that ball forward, loves to attack, trying to drive past a couple of would-be Kerry challengers there. Still Murray going forward, needs options, has in the shape of McGregor. Offloads as far as Annie Fitzgerald. It's a little bit better from Waterford. Can they finish? Annie Fitzgerald gone inside the cover, fist pass across, chance of a goal inside, and the ball is gone wide there. a clash inside there. The keeper was off her line. It was Mary Ellen Bulger who was out very, very sharply indeed. In there lurking as well was Waterford. McGregor was involved in the build-up, and Cara McCarthy amongst the thick of the action as well. But that good little bit better there from Waterford, and just unfortunate was actually Sheena McGuckian who was amongst the thick of it there, Michelle, and could nearly have ended up in the net.
Yes, it was a much better attacking play there, and I think really the impetus there was Emma Murray driving forward to give that pass off to Annie Fitzgerald's hand pass across the face of the goal. In fairness to Mary Ellen Bulger, she was alert to it, Annie, because Sheena McGuckian was there at the edge of the square. Unlucky for Waterford, they couldn't convert that time.
Waterford with possession back again. That's a good offload there as far as Anya O'Neill, who's been busy so far in this opening half, but it's a half that has been dominated by Kerry. They lead on that scoreboard, as you can see, 1-3-2, no score. Can Waterford open their account? Kellyanne Hogan gone inside that cover on the edge of the D. One look at the post from Kellyanne, but she was fouled, so the referee was leaving the shot develop. In fairness, good refereeing there by Jonathan Murphy, brings it back to the free. Not a bad effort there by Kellyanne, but it's a chance now for Waterford to settle themselves down and perhaps get their opening score of this clash. And
that's better from Waterford, as you said. Kellyanne Hogan is well able to take her scores from out the pitch, and that's her style as well, to kind of a hook kick around to her right leg, and hopefully this free will go over for her now as well.
Let's see how she gets on. Kellyanne Hogan with the effort, floats it in, and it's gone outside and wide there. Unfortunate from the Ballymacarbery player, who was a nice distance out and didn't catch it too badly, but obviously didn't have the accuracy in that occasion. So Waterford still looking for their opening score, and Kerry looking very composed, looking very confident so far in this league opener. Travelled down this morning, lengthy journey down from Kerry, of course, but they're here. They mean business so far, and they're on top of that scoreboard by 1-3 to no score. Louise Galvin getting her hands on the ball once again. Kerry this time maybe putting themselves under a little bit of pressure, but they do well to retrieve the situation. Trying to get out of a very tight corner. Waterford tackling hard there. There's charging there, says Jonathan Murphy. And the Waterford fans who are on the bank in the far side there are pretty happy with that one. So it's a free to the home team. Taken very quickly. Cara McCarthy gets her hands on it, plays the 1-2 here with Sheena McGuckian, the Kinross Brickies player. Trying to get inside that cover again. You can see this time it's Lorraine Scanlon there, standing tall, very disciplined from Kerry. Has the offload here as far as Emma Murray. Emma trying to go forward there, but again Kerry back there in plenty of numbers. Offloads as far as Anya O'Neill. Good play by Anya. Now a chance for Waterford. Murray going forward. That's Emma. Can she get room to engineer the kick? She certainly can, and she points it over the bar, kicks it over the bar even. Waterford's opening score. A well worked move there. Emma Murray, the one player I suppose you want at the end of that move, fires over a great score, Michelle.
Excellent score by Emma, and as I said, her driving force up the field a minute ago almost created a goal chance for Waterford. There she is again, giving a 1-2, getting into the space and not being afraid to take on the shot. She can kick with her right and her left leg, so a good encouragement there for the Waterford team to drive on.
Super score by Emma Murray. Certainly one that could settle them. Can they add a further score? Oh, off the post there. Very unlucky from Breed McMaw. Had the effort off the upright there, and Mary Ellen Bulger is pretty relieved to see that one go out and wide. But Waterford mounting a few attacks, and in fairness they're paying a bit of dividends there in the past couple of minutes, and they'll be happy with that as Mary Ellen Bulger takes her time with this one. The Southern Gales goalkeeper looking for options here. Will she go long or go short? She goes route one, literally down the middle, but Waterford, there are plenty of bodies back there, but Kerry so sharp on that breaking ball. Win possession back. Ailish Lynch, quick offload then, and Kerry so good at switching the direction to play, crossing the far overside. Waterford trying to get bodies back, and Kerry have the offload here again. Here's the big midfielder Scanlon, kicks it across as far as Niamh Broderick, who's hugging this touchline right underneath us on a lot of ball. Speaking of being on a lot of ball, Niamh Carmody, she made a blistering start, 2 points for her so far. And again, it's that route one ball inside as far as the Kerry inside line. Could be an opening here for the visitors if they can. Oh, lovely slick passing here. It's Hannah O'Donoghue with the effort, and that is over the bar from the Beaufort player. She doesn't need a second invitation. Lovely movement by Kerry. O'Donoghue is at the end of it, and she fires over her opening score of this round one encounter. So straight away, instant response from Kerry, great score.
Good score from Hannah O'Donoghue that time, and I suppose just a little worrying for Waterford that Queeve Evans had managed to slip in there kind of unnoticed and maybe unmarked, and being able to pass that ball off to Hannah O'Donoghue at that time. But look, I suppose Waterford have had a large number of possession in the last, we'll say 5, 6, 7 minutes, Gavin, and got one score out of it, had 2 or 3 other shots on goal that they haven't gotten anything from, and they're not going to get too many opportunities to shoot on goal in these conditions against a seasoned outfit like this, where they're really bringing their numbers back, so they need to make every one of those opportunities count.
Bit of debate here over a line ball, and referee Jonathan Murphy, I think he is going to give it to Waterford in the end, so I think it's actually one of the linesmen is a Waterford man there, so maybe Kerry will be argued over that one, but look, we'll get on with it. And Megan Dunford in possession for Waterford just puts Anya O'Neill under a little bit of pressure there, but Megan does well to retrieve the situation. You can see Megan going forward now again. If Breed McMaw can spot her, Aisling O'Connell trying to get back in defence for Kerry. Megan Dunford in possession now for Waterford. Sprays it across. Waterford going across the line here. Annie Fitzgerald back out as far as Anya O'Neill. Plenty of youth and energy in that Waterford forward line, and this time it's Waterford who are spraying it across, getting their hands on the ball, shipped outside by Eve Power, one of two powers in the Waterford half back line this afternoon. Waterford still in possession, gone inside there. They were waiting for a whistle, none accruing from the referee. The end kick there comes in. Blocked down momentarily there, Ava Waring. Can she get a second bite of it? The Aaron's own player. Lovely balance and control. She needs support though. Has it in the shape of Anya O'Neill. Just being pushed back there by Kerry. Have they overturned this ball? This will be a win back, big win back for the visitors. The ball is on the deck there. Referee whistles up and says, just hang on a second, Colleen. You think we're going to throw in the ball there? But there was no holding back there in the tickety, just on the edge of that D there in the Kerry defence as Waterford tried to go forward. But end result is, and I think it's a fair decision from Jonathan Murphy, says hot ball. Let's see who wins this one. Thrown in there, plenty of bodies around her. Who's going to win it? Waterford have possession back. That's good play by the Daisha as they go forward. Here's Emma Murray, Waterford's lone scorer so far. Can she get a second point? Has an advantage, and she makes it count indeed. A Cumber Rangers player. She's got two of Waterford's scores so far. She's Waterford's only scorer. She's attacking. She's wearing number 6, but you can see she's well able to get forward and she's well able to finish.
And not only that, Gavin, she went up in the throw-in there against Lorraine Scanlon and managed to break it down to her fellow players to create that score for herself. So great leadership being shown from Emma Murray out around the middle of the field. She's actually playing, I suppose, between the centre half back position and the midfield, but she's driving forward as well. And but you know, great credit to Kerry as well. I mean, they have this incredible strength and conditioning. They get their numbers back. They're putting in hard tackles, putting Waterford under incredible pressure, and then getting up the field quickly to support as well.
Yeah, certainly is a little bit better from Waterford, but Kerry, as I said, look very, very dangerous. Anytime they go into that attack, they'll want to respond. As we've just hit the 20-minute mark here in Piltown GA grounds in County Kilkenny. Waterford win possession back there. They'll be happy with that one. That's definitely a pullback there on Ava Waring in the middle of the field. Spotted by the referee. Could be a tick here for the Kerry midfielder, it looks like. Mary O'Connell there just getting spoken to by Jonathan Murphy. I think I suppose it's just one of those fouls, just little tap of the arm there, just to slow up the play and slow up the player there as well. So I suppose a good foul, if they ever say there's a good foul to give away. This time it's Waterford going forward. Breed McMahon loves to run forward there and taking on players. I think the referee, to be fair, had his hand up there, and the Ballymacarbery player does well to draw that free. Referee just telling Waterford just to move back with that one, and they go backwards, back with Eve Power in this occasion. Waterford certainly growing in confidence. They have 2 points so far, courtesy of Emma Murray, but it's Kerry on top on that scoreboard. Anya O'Neill now with it for Waterford, back with Murray once again, raiding forward, wearing 6, but as we said earlier, loves to go forward. Ava Waring, pop pass inside here, a little bit better. Lovely move here by Waterford. Is there an end product? Kate McGrath ships it inside as far. Effort comes in and it's in the back of the net from Lauren McGregor, who's at the end of the move. Brilliant move there by the home team. It was swift hand passing, it was slick movement, and the finish wasn't half bad either from the Dungarvan player at the edge of the square. She received the pass. She doesn't miss from there. Great finish.
Good, very good finish. A very good play from Waterford from start to finish, from the start of that free. I mean, a few minutes ago, Gavin, I mentioned the fact that they had a huge amount of possession, weren't converting him, but they've had the same now in the last 5 minutes. They've gotten to 1-1 in the last 4 minutes, which is excellent return, considering I suppose they were struggling to get in those positions and take those scores at the start of the first half. But great inspirational score there from Lauren McGregor. Only 2 points between the teams now, and Waterford, I suppose, realising that, look, with the hard work, getting in front of goals, making the chances count, they're well in this.
Certainly growing in confidence. That was a good finish by McGregor. Kerry will want to respond though, and the one player they'll want on the ball is Niamh Carmody. Sprays this one down the line off her right foot. Good ball inside. Again showing well as Hannah O'Donoghue, turning and twisting. Good play with the corner forward, back outside. Kerry going through the keep ball route here, back with the centre forward, the team captain Shifra O'Shea, the goal scorer for Kerry so far this afternoon. And it's back with Lorraine Scanlon, links up with her midfielder there, Mary O'Connell. Two big tall athletic players still on her pocket for Kerry, who had a big influence of course on their journey last year, and Kerry have an advantage coming up here. If the referee, he may well come back for this. Ball is inside there, and the referee's going to bring it back through the foul there, so bit of ill discipline there from Waterford, which they'll be a little bit disappointed with. It's a chance for Kerry to extend their lead, leading by 2, 1-4 to 1-2, but took a while maybe to settle into it, but certainly a lively encounter so far. And here's a chance for the Kerry captain to extend their lead. Shifra O'Shea of Southern Gales, of course, real leader on this Kerry team, and speaking during the week, of course, at the launch of the National League. Extensive coverage, of course, across the next couple of weeks of the division, all the various divisions, on what's the start of it this afternoon. Started last night, of course, in Dublin, but continuing this afternoon, and that's Shifra O'Shea continuing where she left off and continuing in her confident mood. That was a confident kick off her right leg, just took her time and struck it over the bar nicely. So good score by the Kerry centre forward. And again, I suppose one thing Waterford won't want to do is conceding soft frees to players like Síofra O'Shea.
That's it, exactly. But to be fair, Gavin, I suppose that's only the second scoreable free for both sides in the game. I mean, in fairness to the referee, he's letting the game flow in front of goals as well. There as well, he realises conditions are heavy, but he brought that back, and rightly so. But well done to Síofra for putting that over the bar and getting herself back on the scoreboard after her goal earlier on in the half.
Yeah, should be happy with that. And both sets of defences as well. There's been a lot of tackles back there, but as we mentioned there, in fairness to John Murphy, happy enough to just leave the play develop and take the conditions into account as well, which is good to see. The ball slips there and Waterford have it back. This time it's Hannah Power. Good play by the St. Pat's player. John Murphy almost has to step out of the way there of Emma Murray, and Waterford managed to retain this one. Good link up play there between Cara McCarthy and Anya O'Neill. Anya goes back into the centre. Waterford with possession, back with Emma Murray. She's a player off her shoulder. That player is Kate McGrath. Going forward to Kilrossenty. Bricky's player has a player inside there. If it goes into the hand of Annie Fitzgerald, but the Kerry defenders weren't reading that script. Breed McMaw wins it back. Breed McMaw has an effort, and Breed McMaw fires that one over the bar. Super score by the Ballymacarbery player. She has that in her locker, of course. Just got that one. One look at the post. Realised she was in a scoreable position. Off her right leg, floats over. A very good score, and I believe we have the first substitution here from Kerry down underneath us here. But brilliant score by Breed McMaw, Michelle.
It was, absolutely. And in fairness to her, Gavin, I don't even know if she did look at the goals, to be honest. She just turns and kicked straight away. And I suppose you have to do that. Waterford have to get those kicks off quickly because of the pressure that's coming on them in those space. So full credit to her, and a very good response to Síofra O'Shea's free just a few moments ago. Yeah,
and Kerry substitution there is onto the field. That is Katie Brosnan of the Friaries Club, of course, and it is Niamh Carmody, who registered 2 points in the opening half, has gone off, which is be somewhat of a bit of a possibly picked up a bit of a niggle, but it certainly is a surprise switch.
She got injured earlier on there in the half, Gavin, so maybe I suppose the Kerry management,
she was down for a while, maybe
there was being a bit cautious with regards to that as well. Yeah,
she was down, of course, for that stretch as well, and as we said, maybe played back on, but maybe seemed like a bit of a knee injury, but let's hope it's not too serious for the Fanoog player. But Kerry, plenty of talent on that bench as well, as we were saying earlier on. The strength and depth certainly in evidence from the visitors, and it is the substitute Katie Brosnan getting her hands on the ball. Kerry go back with Mary O'Connell. Good play by the Nagale player, being pushed back there by Anya O'Neill. This time it's Waterford putting on the pressure, but Síofra O'Shea has that vision and has that patience to spray it across. Louise Galvin getting her hands on the ball there as well. Back as far as Kerry again, and it's Niamh Broderick up from wing back, and Broderick's effort has gone the wrong side of the post. You won't want to see that one again, I think, but again, a little bit better there from Waterford. Both sides, I suppose, content in keeping the ball as well. And round one games, I suppose, Michelle, trying to build yourself into it as well. And but it's opening up nicely.
It is opening up nicely, and full credit to both teams. I mean, there is still, with I suppose, the tough underfoot and the first game of the league, there is a lot of good work rate out there, a lot of good pressure being put on players when they're not in possession of the ball. So I mean, it's boding well, I suppose, for the defensive structures and the work rate going into the next few games.
Certainly so, as we approach the final 5 minutes of the opening half here in Piltown. Rain staying off so far here in Kilkenny. Waterford going forward again. This time it's Anya O'Neill. Now Waterford going forward. Kerry trying to get back, but Waterford have possession with Ava Waring. Kerry management team underneath us getting pretty incensed as Waterford go forward. Here's Anya O'Neill with the punt kick. Went straight through and just went the wrong side of the post there, but a good move. Certainly worth to go from Anya O'Neill's point of view. She has of course nailed a couple of them for both club and county over the years. She's a very capable finisher. Just pulled it on that occasion, but Waterford certainly growing in confidence since that opening 10 minutes, Michelle, and certainly will be happy.
They absolutely will, Gavin, and that was the right option for Monia, just not executed as well as she would like that time.
Waterford with possession back again as we tick into the final few minutes of this opening half, which has flown by pretty nicely so far here, but blistering start by Kerry. Waterford coming back into it. Emma Murray, 2 points so far. Can she add to her tally? She's taken on the entire Kerry defence here. The Cumber Rangers player needs to go back with it though, and needs support. Has it in the shape Breed McMaw this time, just bouncing off a couple of Kerry players there. Back with Ava Waring now. Waterford springing across this side. Chance for Murray once again. Plays the 1-2 there. Kellyanne Hogan went for the return pass off Kerry, overturned it. That's brilliant defending if they have though, and the referee says yeah, you were on the ground there, Kellyanne. So it was just unfortunate. Throws the ball away there in frustration, but again, it's happened a number of times I think in the first half. The Kerry backs just very, very disciplined, get the hands in, and it's disciplined tackling. And Mary O'Connell goes back with that free back as far as her goalkeeper Mary Ellen Bulger into the corner. Kerry working this ball out. It's a loose enough kick pass though, trying to find Katie Brosnan, but Anya O'Neill wasn't reading that script. Breed McMaw takes the 1-2 there, but Annie Fitzgerald plants her feet, goes back with it, back as far as Waring, the midfielder from Ayrn zone, tries to get inside that cover. This is good play by Ava Waring, links up with Kellyanne Hogan. This time it's Waterford being patient, back into Breed McMaw, just took her eye off it momentarily. Ball didn't go to hand. Kerry back there in numbers, and once again they dispossess Waterford. Mary O'Connell just orchestrating the show there. A loose kick pass there from Kerry, and this time it's given away right down the throat of Emma Murray, who says thank you very much and mounts the attack for Waterford. Megan Dunford way up from her number 3 position, tries to get inside that Kerry defensive cover. Easier said than done. Still Megan going forward, tug of the jersey there, high tackle as you can see, as indicated there by the referee. That was a well engineered move. Megan is not afraid to go forward, certainly not afraid to take on her player either, and did very well to draw that foul. And here's a chance for Kellyanne Hogan.
And that's absolutely a typical for Megan Dunford's style of play. She's a very windy player when she moves up the pitch. I suppose she's able to get in under people's arms as well, draw fouls just like she did there, and a scoring chance is created here now for Kellyanne Hogan.
Can she get her opening one of the afternoon? She's just pulled it across, and just see the minute that left her boot there and heads back out there pretty frustrated to the middle of the park there. Certainly you would have expected her to nail that one, but just went off the wrong side of the boot. I suppose it can happen, but she'd be disappointed with that. Waterford would have expected to get another score there and maybe eat into that Kerry lead, but just wasn't to be on that occasion. Kerry going back as far as their goalkeeper, Eilish Lynch, and Mary Ellen Bulger playing the 1-2. Good play by Bulger back as far as Eilish Lynch again, taking it up across the goal. There's Lauren McGregor doing the policing there for Waterford, the Waterford goal scorer. Sheaf Roche, of course, with the Kerry goal in the opening half. Waterford player on the deck, Kerry not hanging around, getting on with it, and they have possession. This time it's a route 1 ball down as far as Niamh Crahor. Well gathered there, what a catch that was, fetched absolutely superbly there by Eve Power on the far side. She's made a good start for Waterford, and Waterford having a good move here. Chance, ball passed inside there as far as Annie Fitzgerald trying to get her hands on it there. In fact, it was Breed McMaw there as well. A loose boot comes in there, very, very close to the sideline. Kerry trying to work this ball out, but it's well won back by Waterford. Real battle for possession there on that far side. Lauren McGregor somehow got her hands on it and wins the free in, which is free in the 13-metre line, says the referee. And Waterford, as you can see, not hanging around, go quickly back as far as Emma Murray has possession for the Dacia as they go forward. Eve Power again lays this one over as far as Annie Fitzgerald. Can she get room to engineer the kick? Tries to go across the face of the goal with it, and Kerry were there in numbers and they dispossess that ball. Now it's their turn to break at pace. This is where they could be very dangerous. That's a pull back there on Danielle O'Leary, but away she goes, the Kerry full forward. This time it's Waterford back there with plenty of numbers, and this time the tackling is good. Referee says overcarrying there on the shape of the Ratmore number 14, and it's Waterford doing well there. That was a brilliant piece of defending there, combination of Anya O'Neill and Aoife Murray amongst the thick of it there as well. But I thought he was actually blown for overcarrying there, but he was playing advantage.
It was excellent defending. I suppose my question there is maybe the advantage was left on maybe a little bit longer than I thought it would have been there, but a great piece of defending by Aoife Murray and Anya O'Neill to get back to make that tackle.
Ball inside, and there's a push there as that ball is sprayed in by Hannah O'Donoghue into the inside Kerry line, and it's Daniela O'Leary there, who was fouled, just felt the contact there from Megan Dunford, and I think once she hit the deck there, referee was always going to blow the whistle.
Yeah, it is. Anytime I suppose a defender is coming in behind a forward and the forward ends up on the ground and a close contact, it is, I suppose, always deemed a push in the back, and that's what happened there. So now you have Sheaf Roche with another chance of a second free to capitalise on her 1-1 that she's gotten so far in this half, and to put 3 points between the teams. 3 points she'd be hoping for to put between the teams as we approach the end of the first half here. The Kerry centre forward, as Michelle mentioned, 1-1 so far. Can she add to her tally off her right leg? And that's a nice kick from the Kerry captain. 1-2 now for the Southern Gales player, and she'll be happy with that one. Kerry will be happy with that one, and they now lead by 3 points, 1-6 to 1-3. So you can see Evelyn O'Brien of Clashmore Kinsale Beg, Waterford goalkeeper, of course, off her right leg. That's a fine boot of a ball down into the centre of the park. Up goes the big Kerry midfielder. That's Lorraine Scanlon. Fetches that one out into the clouds. She went. Brilliant catch. Kerry can mount another attack. This one could be very, very dangerous. Inside as far as Hannah O'Donoghue. Good play by Hannah. Back outside, and there's another foul there, and it's another free in for Kerry. They came at pace there. O'Donoghue did well to win the initial ball. It's I think it's Hannah Power there and Cara McCarthy back there as well, but again it was straight into the back there. It was needless, it was loose from Waterford, and this is another tap over
for Sheaffer O'Shea.
And Waterford won't be happy with this now. Another, what you would consider a simple enough free for Sheaffer O'Shea. 2 frees here coming up to the end of the half, and I think they put themselves under unnecessary pressure there. Anytime you're landing a kick out down on top of Lorraine Scanlon, Waterford, I suppose, don't have too many players up around the height of Lorraine Scanlon.
Plucked it out of there, brilliantly.
Plucked it out of there, as you say, and be able to feed it in straight away again and create the scoring chance now for Kerry.
And that's Sheaffer O'Shea, 1-3 now for the Kerry centre forward. And she's happy with her opening half here so far. So Jonathan Murphy has a little look at the watch there. Don't expect there'll be too much added time, because in fairness we had that one injury to Niamh Carmody, who's since gone off the Kerry team, but in fact that is it. Yeah, so bang on cue. He must have been listening to me up here, because Jonathan Murphy does bring the first half to an end. A very lively and entertaining first half, which maybe took a while to get going, but it's Kerry leading by 4 at half time, 1-7 to 1-3. Michelle, I suppose Kerry made that blistering start, and of course the goal came courtesy of Sheaffer O'Shea and dominated, I suppose, that opening quarter. In the second half, I suppose second quarter Waterford had their spells as well, got the goal through Lauren McGregor. Emma Murray is looking very sharp, but Kerry deservingly 4 points in front.
I suppose they are, absolutely, Cavan. I think they started the half very well. I mean, they were 1-3 up to no score, and it took for 15 minutes before Waterford could register a score. But Waterford did have a bit of a purple patch there in the middle of that first half, opened up their play, attacked with a little bit more aggression, I think, and quicker passing, which led them to create some scoring chances for themselves. Emma Murray has been instrumental in that, and allowing Waterford to move up the field and get a result up on the scoreboard as a result. But as you says, Kerry now have finished off the half quite strongly, so Waterford will be looking to come out in the second half and I suppose tidy up on a few errors, especially there in front of goal with regards to fouls, and create more chances for themselves, whereas Kerry, I think, will be relatively happy that started the half well, finished the half well.
As Kerry on top at the break. Half-time score here in Piltown in this Lidl Ladies National Football League Division 1 Round 1 clash. It's Kerry 1 goal and 7 points, Waterford 1 goal and 3. We'll be back very shortly. Yes, you're very welcome back to Piltown GA grounds here in County Kilkenny this afternoon. The setting for this clash in the opening round of the Lidl Ladies National Football League. We're live here on the LGFA live streaming portal, and it's Kerry leading Waterford 1-7 to 1-3 at half time. The Kerry ladies are out for the start of the second half and are 4 points to the goods. Do you expect them to drive on and collect both points here this afternoon, Michelle?
Well, I suppose, do you know what, Gavin, I'm glad it's been a very competitive first half, because I suppose within the first 8 minutes we were maybe a little bit concerned. Kerry had gone 1-3 to no score ahead, but Waterford, in fairness, battled back really in the middle period of the first half. But as we mentioned there at half time, you know, I suppose Kerry came with 3 frees since the 23rd minute to widen that gap, and I suppose it's both sides need to be a bit more economical with their chances. Waterford have had three wides. None of their scores have come from frees. They've missed 1 or 2 frees, all of them coming from play, whereas conceding those 3 frees in the last 7 minutes of the first half meant that the Kerry went in half time 4 points ahead. So there's very little between the teams, very fine margins. Both teams playing very, very well, I have to say. There's a lot of pressure being put on players with the ball. Maybe Kerry coping that a little bit better with that when they're moving forward and not getting deterred by the numbers in front of them in terms of Waterford. Waterford getting a little bit caught in the tackle at times, and I think sometimes when you see the physicality and the strength and conditioning the likes of Kerry that they've built up for the last number of years, Waterford need to be, I suppose, popping those passes off and maybe avoiding that tackle a little bit and getting around those players, which they've done on numerous occasions. The likes of Emma Murray has been instrumental in that. Laura McGregor got a fine goal through that kind of play, and Waterford will be hoping to do a little bit more of that in the second half.
Certainly so. We're just waiting for the Waterford team. A couple of toots on the whistle there from Jonathan Murphy. Waterford certainly taking their time to come out in the start of the second half here. Kerry just getting the ball there amongst them and keeping on their toes, as they say. There was that change in the first half as well for Kerry. Niamh Carmody going off injured. Katie Brosnan on instead of her, and a change before throw-in as well. Kaylee Cronin ruled out for Kerry this afternoon. Emma Costello, it was, I suppose, not a bad player to be bringing into your full back line either, as I just see away to the left here, the dressing rooms that Waterford are emerging from that and ready to take their position for the start of the second half here in Piltown GA grounds, which is, I believe, Waterford are basing a lot of their training sessions here as well, so that's the reason why they choose this as their home venue for this clash. They're here again next Sunday, Waterford, when Cork come to town. It's another Munster derby. That's 2 o'clock throw-in next Sunday. We'll have it live here on the LGFA live streaming portal, and also next weekend Kerry will be on the road once again. On Saturday they have an early start. They head to Mayo. That's fixed for the Connacht Centre of Excellence at 12:15 next Saturday. So Kerry certainly getting their travel out of the way in the early rounds of this league, Michelle.
They are, and I suppose when you have Division 1 league with the likes of Donegal, Meath, Mayo, Galway, Waterford, Kerry, you're going to be in all 4 corners of the country before the end of the springtime. But look, I suppose that's difficult. It can be difficult, but some teams enjoy that. Some teams actually perform better a little bit on the road. And
away we go. Second half underway. Jonathan Murphy throws in the ball, and once again it's Kerry mounting the first attack like they did in the first half. In the ball, getting the ball. Mary O'Connell and Lorraine Scanlon playing a quick 1-2, and it's a direct ball inside as far as O'Donoghue inside again. Looking razor sharp as always. Ships this one across as far as Katie Brosnan on the far over side. Can she get down over this one? Bends her back and does well to win it back for Kerry and go into an early attack. They of course hit 1-3 very, very sharply in the opening half. And they're starting the second half, or intend on starting the second half in that same fashion. Here's a boot of a ball in there. Mary O'Connell feeds it inside, and as far as the inside line, that is the aforementioned Katie Brosnan in possession. Waterford back there in plenty of numbers, and Waterford do well to overturn it. Anya O'Neill on the ball now for Pat Sullivan's charges. She goes forward. Runner off the shoulder is Hannah Power. Hannah plays the 1-2 here. Good direct running by Annie Fitzgerald. Lovely balance and control here, but a Gaultier player just loses it there, and ball's taken off her illegally, so says the referee. That's Louise Galvin who wins it back for Kerry, and now it's their turn to break. It's at the centre forward. Shifra O'Shea 1-3 so far for the Kerry captain, being urged to make this attack count. Shifra O'Shea, lovely offload here as far as Aisling O'Connell up from the centre back position, goes forward, needs an offload. Good hand pass there, back with the aforementioned O'Shea again. Effort comes in, what a block that is. Textbook tackling there from Waterford. Megan Dunford, the number 3, the full back, kept her eyes on the ball. Brilliant block down there by the Abbey side player, tenacious in the tackle. She came up and of course won a free in the first half. That's absolutely brilliant defending. Typical Megan Dunford tackle there. Eyes on the ball, wins it back for Waterford. Just put themselves under a little bit of pressure trying to clear their lines here, but eventually it's shipped outside as far as Kellyanne Hogan The Ballymacabry player goes forward, seems a high tackle. Referee agrees and says, yeah, that's okay, lads, because you have possession. So Jonathan Murphy certainly playing the advantage rule well here so far this afternoon, and certainly beginning to maybe brighten up as well overhead here in Piltown. Now there's an opening for Waterford. You see Karen McCarthy making a run on this near side, but that was just a handle. The referee right up at the play there says Lauren McGregor. Just a little bit unfortunate there, because Karen McCarthy was making a good run, but again, Kerry back there in plenty of numbers, and as I said, they're disciplined in that defence. Michelle, very well organised back there.
It is, and Lauren McGregor had one possession of the ball, but unfortunately slipped to her knees, having lost possession, and then still managed to lay a hand on the ball. It is illegal, and referee is right on that occasion, but Waterford had broke well up the field that time, and in fairness, as you mentioned already, Megan Dunford made an incredible block a few minutes ago, just after, I suppose, some sloppy play from Waterford around the midfield area. But Waterford, taking inspiration from the small little wins here now, whether it's dispossessing, whether it's getting a block in, and so on.
And the Waterford did well to overturn that ball initially, but then from the free after that, just kicked the ball away, and it's Kerry back in possession now, and they go forward, still awaiting the opening score of the second half. They lead 1-7 to 1-3 on that scoreboard. They're hoping for the opening score of the second. Hannah O'Donoghue was one player who can provide that, but she just loses the ball in the contact there. Waterford this time back there in numbers, and we've seen that a number of times in both defences this afternoon, that the back lines, the respective back lines, are certainly battling hard, and overturning that ball. Turnover now in the modern game, so huge and such a big factor. Megan Dunford plays a 1-2 here with Kellyanne Hogan. Lovely footwork here by the Ballymacabry player. Dunford goes again for the 1-2. Kerry trying to get back in numbers there, as Mary O'Connell just pulling the arm back there, but the referee says play on. And it's Breed McMaw in possession now for Waterford. Offloads as far as Ava Waring, down the line as far as Lauren McGregor, the goal scorer for Waterford in the first half. The Dungarvan player gets inside that Kerry cover there. She's pulled there, says the referee. She has an advantage coming, and I think the referee is going to bring it back. Eventually the effort came in there from Kate McGrath, who was in maybe two minds for a second, but I think she was probably aware of the advantage was being played there, and referee correctly brings it back for that one there. So again, a bit better from Waterford. Again, Lauren McGregor taking on her player and winning that free.
Great turn by Lauren McGregor there to get past Aoife Donan, but I think Waterford will be relieved to have that come back and be back in Waterford possession as a free, because Kate McGrath had that ball. Megan Dunford had made a run in front of goal. Kate was within two minds as to whether to pass that off to her. It could have been a goal chance there for Waterford.
1-2 here. Kate McGrath being just saying to the referee there, but she was being impeded, but he says play on. Back with Waterford once again. Good offload here as far as the aforementioned Kate McGrath took the pass there from Ava Waring. Now it's Emma Murray trying to break that line. 2 points in the first half for the Waterford centre back. Offloads as far as Megan Dunford, who's way up from her full back position. Now it's Ava Waring, and she get room to engineer the kick, just playing around with the ball. Good balance and control. Breed McMaw also kicked a point in the first half for Waterford this afternoon. Emma Murray, Kate McGrath. Now it's Megan Dunford. Megan trying to get inside that Kerry cover. Easier said than done. Back with Cara McCarthy being pushed back, as you can see. Very, very good organisation here by the Kerry defence of Waterford still with that all-important football. Kellyanne Hogan trying to find a gap there, but Kerry standing tall there. Mary O'Connell and Scanlon there as well, just orchestrating and pointing out where to go. But it's good build-up here from Waterford. It's patience. It's more lateral as well, but they do have possession still. Ava Waring back as far as Murray. And now it's Kate McGrath. Waterford looking for that decoy runner there, and Kate McGrath just takes too much out of it there, says the referee. That's what Kerry wanted as well. They'd bodies back there for a reason, just forcing her there to overcarrying. No runner off the shoulder. Waterford will be disappointed with that one, because they had possession, just gifted back then to the All-Ireland finalists, of course, from last year. Kerry with it again now with Katie Brosnan, I should say. Katie this time in turn loses possession. It's Waterford's chance to win it back, and here's Kellyanne Hogan going forward now. What's been a very lively, entertaining second half so far. Both sides not afraid to run at each other, and here's a chance for Waterford. Annie Fitzgerald gone inside that Kerry defence there, and referee brings it back to an earlier foul there, which he's going to come back to, because Annie, you think probably maybe Waterford somewhat lucky there, because I think they'd lost the ball, but referee brings it back for the advantage. But some good duels in the second half so far, Michelle.
There are some good duels, and you're right. I think Waterford will be glad to have dispossessed there coming out, because they had the ball for such a long time there in front of goal. Weren't able to widen the play enough, if you ask me. They were still going through those same channels in the middle, making maybe a little bit easy for Kerry to cover those attacks. A lot of the attacks are coming from a standing position, whereas in the middle of the first half it was much better running off the shoulder like we have here now. Here's
a bit better from Waterford as Kellyanne Hogan. Can she get room to engineer the kick? She can indeed. Looks like it's gone across the face of the goal. It's going to stay in play, is it? No, momentarily, as Sheena McGuckian tried to keep it in, but again, certainly worth an effort from Kellyanne Hogan's point of view. She had that look, and in fairness glanced it across. Not a bad effort as Kerry prepare another substitute, but just unlucky on that occasion, and nearly kept in by Sheena McGuckian.
It was, and Kellyanne Hogan saw her chance, took it, and you have to give her credit for that. I think Waterford do need to maybe take a few more scores right from outside the edge of the D or around that spot, because they're not getting inside in around the 21 that much so far this second half.
Quiva Evans trying her best there to keep that in, but it was a little bit overcooked there by Mary Ellen Bulger. Line ball to Waterford to get on with it quickly. Here's Emma Murray once again running at the heart of the Kerry defence. Murray going forward. Can she get onto the right foot? Looks at the post. Emma Murray, she's got 2 so far. Is that point number 3 for the Waterford centre back? It certainly is indeed. The Cumra Rangers star. She's been doing it for club and county over the years, and again a real leader, a real tour de force in this Waterford team. Illustrated there again, got inside, and I suppose once she gets that bit of latitude and has that glance at the post, she's well capable of finishing, and 3 super points so far for Emma Murray.
An inspirational score there from Emma Murray. Waterford had so much possession, as we've mentioned there, in the last number of moments, and weren't capitalising on it. First score of the half from both sides there from Emma, so well taken. Interestingly enough, now we have Caught Lynch onto the field in the place of Louise Galvin. Caught Lynch, an All-Star from last year as well, well-seasoned player. And I suppose the thing about Kerry is they have those people on the bench like some Louise Muir-Hurtig and likes of Erica McGlynn, who were starting players last year as well. Will we see them come into the fray as well?
Yeah, Steve Broderick making her way off there underneath us to put in a solid shift. The MKL Gales player at number 5 for Kerry this afternoon. Got on a lot of ball, and she gets a tap in the back there from the Kerry management team. Ciara Murphy, I see, as well as also into the fray there for the visitors as well this afternoon. And it is the aforementioned Ciara Murphy getting her hands on the ball. First possession for the substitute. Bit of sunshine coming out here in Piltown. Kerry in possession. Quiva Evans going forward. Pushed in the back there, was she? Yeah, just Cara McCarthy came in there and really, I suppose, kind of just pushed the Kerry player there right under the nose of the referee. Can't argue with that one. It's a free in for Kerry, and Chief Roche, certainly it's within. It's a nice bit out, but it's certainly, I suppose, a player the calibre of Chief Roche will certainly fancy it. Is she maybe thinking about working a fast one? Looks like she's going to maybe have a pot at the post here. The Kerry captain, 1-3 so far for the Southern Gales player. Can she add to her tally and respond to that Waterford score? Kerry 1-7, Waterford 1-4. Sheaffer O'Shea draws this one in nicely, literally straight over the black spot there. She makes it look so easy even, like a good golfer. Just stroke it over the bar. Brilliantly done. Confident kick, and by a confident player.
Absolutely, her style of kicking is lovely to watch. Real natural curling score there from Chief Roche to add to the 1-3 that she's already had this half on Waterford. Just need to tidy up that tackle a little bit there in front of goals and not be presenting that opportunity to Kerry, because they've had a load of possession so far here in the second half. Got a score of their own from play, but kind of undone that good work there by giving a free there for Chief Roche.
Yeah, that's well won back by Kellyanne Hogan as the Kerry tackling came in there. Mary O'Connell and Lorraine Scanlon once again among the thick of the action. Waterford on an advantage here. Breed McMaul will be hoping to make this count. Hand comes down now from John Murphy because Waterford still have possession. Here's the Ballymacarbry player, links back up with Ava Waring, and the referee is going to bring it back there to say, look lads, there was nothing going to come out of that attack, so he can have the free, and Waterford I think will duly take that indeed as they went forward. Certainly getting a bit more change in the second half as well, certainly not afraid to take on their players and drawing a few frees in there as well. So here's the chance for Kellyanne Hogan to get her opening score of the afternoon. Certainly is a nice bit out as well, but we'll see how she gets on. Will she go for a short one, or will she have a shot at goal? Looks like she's shaping up to have a shot. See Kate McGrath making a run upfield as well, but Kellyanne taking Duke here over this one. Can she get her name on the score sheet? She's been working hard in the middle of the field up against a real dynamic duo in Scanlon and Mary O'Connell. That looks better. That looks superb from Kellyanne Hogan. It certainly is indeed a sign of a great player too, having missed a few as well, both from frees and play, to come back and keep going to the well and keep trying, I suppose, and she floated that one over nicely. Confident kick with her right leg, and she's off the mark. Waterford are up to 1-5, Kerry 1-8.
Absolutely, good score there from Kellyanne, and like you said, after missing one or two earlier in the half, to step up again and have the confidence to take that shot. Important score there for Waterford after Sheaffer O'Shea's score from a free a few moments earlier.
And Mary O'Connell there winning that ball directly from the kick out, and now it's with the aforementioned Sheaffer O'Shea again. This is where Kerry are very dangerous. Niamh Crahor on this occasion going forward off the outside of the the right boot there, tries to maybe nestle it into that far over corner, and Evelyn O'Brien was pretty relieved to see it go across the face of the goal and wide there, but you could certainly see what the Kirkaguina corner forward was trying to do there, Michelle.
You could certainly see what was on her mind there. She was trying to use the outside of her boot, could see the space there on the right hand side of the goal, trying to angle it in there past Evelyn O'Brien, just a little bit too much on at that time.
Kick out from Waterford, a little bit loose, and it's won back by the aforementioned Niamh Crahor again. Quick offload as far as Sheaffer O'Shea, keeper is off her line. Sheaffer O'Shea going forward. Here's a chance for Kerry in as far as O'Donoghue. Can she get room to engineer the kick? Off her right leg, floats this one in. Great defending by Waterford, and they win the ball back there. That's great defending there. Tenacious play by Waterford, disciplined in the tackling, did well to overturn that ball, and driving it out with it now are the girls in their navy jerseys this afternoon. That's a good play there. Breed McMaw off as far as Ava Waring in the middle of the field for Waterford, the Aaron's own player, a young player but certainly quite a talented player who certainly has a good future ahead of her. Breed McMaw took the hit there from Lorraine Scanlon, two big players colliding there, and fairness, both there, good sportsmanship there, get back on their feet and say let's go again. Waterford have it with Anya O'Neill, good play by the Kilrossenty Brickies player, offloads as far as Cara McCarthy, in now to Annie Fitzgerald, trying to get room to maybe get a kick away, but does well and wisely sprays it back out as far as Kellyanne Hogan. She got a point from a free a couple of moments ago. Can she add one from play? It looks good from here. Up the white flag goes. Super kick by Kellyanne Hogan. Brilliant move from Waterford. It started back there in defence all the way up the field, and there was an end product from Kellyanne Hogan there. Super kick off her right foot. It's her first from play, and we're back to a 2-point game.
And I think that's probably the best work free from Waterford in the game so far, right from one end of the pitch to the other. And absolutely full credit to Aoife Murray back there on the goal line, making that interception, coming out with the ball, laying it on so they could work it up the pitch. And well taken score by Kellyanne Hogan there in the end to leave 2 points within the teams.
And we have a double substitution, another double substitution from Kerry, and not a bad duo either to be bringing on. It's Louise Niemöller Hertig, who's going to imagine would head in around that full forward line. And it is Mary O'Connell of Nagale who's making her way off, and it's also Hannah O'Donoghue who contributed a point. Of course, the Beaufort player looking very lively in the corner. So again, just see by the names as well there, and it is Patrice Diggin also onto the fray as well. So Waterford also have their first substitution, and there's a big rapturous reception there for the I believe it's the Waterford captain who's into the fray. Cara McCarthy is one of the players going off, and looks like Sheena McGuckian is also making way. So Waterford with a couple of substitutions there, just all happening there for a minute. Catherine Hines, of course, is on the Shamrocks player as well, and one Karen McGrath into the fray as well there for Waterford, of course, who's the captain this year.
And interestingly enough, Gavin has filled the full forward position there. Normally Karen's noted for playing her in the half back line midfield area, but has filled the full forward position there since she came on.
So she's heading into the full forward line. Louise Niemöller Hertig has gone into the full forward line for Kerry, so that'll be very, very interesting indeed. And Catherine Hines, as we mentioned there, the Shamrocks player is also on as well. So there was a whole host of substitutes happening there. I hope you caught them anyway, but we'll keep you up to speed as well right now. That we'll follow the play as Kerry have possession back. That's a direct kick and good build-up play there from the experienced Caught Lynch. What a season she had last year, of course. What a warrior in this Kerry team. And it's Kerry in possession in the corner there, looking for options with the aforementioned Niemöller Hertig. Back as far as Kerry once again. They're in possession. Good offload here. It's quick hands, and Diggin getting her hands on the ball there. Back with Kerry again, threaded through as far as Daniela O'Leary inside, and Kerry again this time going through the keep ball route, cross space and as far overside. Loads of it appearing now in this second half as the players finding maybe the underfoot conditions a little bit testing here in Piltown this afternoon. In fairness, must say the pitch has held up very, very well indeed for this League One, for this round one clash in Division 1, of course. Kerry trying to engineer this attack again, very, very patient, not giving away the ball, and Patrice Diggin of Fanoog St. Senans getting her hands on the ball, and back with Lorraine Scanlon again, sprays it across now, so good at finding those openings. And Kerry trying to mount another attack here, trying to get inside the cover of Annie Fitzgerald. Waterford back there with plenty of bodies. They're pleading for steps. Have they got it? I think they have. And Pat Sullivan, his management team, you can see they like that one on the far overside. Say, well done, girls. That was good tackling there. And forcing Kerry into the overcarrying. It's going to be taken by Kellyanne Hogan. But certainly the second half is certainly up to pace as we have another substitute here. This time it is Ciara O'Brien of Lawn Rangers entering the fray for Kerry. So certainly both teams and both management teams not afraid to give players an opportunity, certainly empty their benches early stages, or sorry, in the second half, Michelle.
No, they're not, and I suppose that's, as we mentioned earlier, that's the whole thing about the league. You want to see what mix of players are going to advance through the different stages, but you know, just referring here to Waterford in the second half, I said full credit for their, I suppose, their tenacity and their tackle. Kerry aren't having it all their own way here in the second half when it comes to attacking. There was a little bit more space there available to them in the first half. Waterford have shut down a number of attacks now. We had a great block from Megan Dunford, followed by a block from Emma Murray not too long ago as well, and a few interceptions forcing over carrying as well. So Waterford are really edging closer and closer to Kerry, and just, I suppose, with only 2 points between the schemes, one score can make a massive difference here now. If they can get that, it'll build their momentum even further. Yeah, certainly so indeed. It's proven to be very entertaining so far in Piltown, and just a 2 point game. Waterford with this free. Breed McMaw trying to bend her back and get down over the ball. Got that superb score in the first half. Links up as far as Anya O'Neill, just over the head of O'Neill there. Kerry trying to win this one back. Then Anya goes into the ball there, and just referee penalises her there for just being on the ground there, and
I think a correct call by Jonathan Murphy. Kerry in possession once again, and plenty of substitutes. A lot of players getting their opportunity here in this second half. The league games, as we mentioned, are going to come thick and fast. Both sides out again next weekend in round 2. Kerry go to Mayo on Saturday. Waterford welcome Cork here to Piltown next Sunday afternoon. Ball inside, and Emer Hurte goes down over it. Seems to throw herself on top of that one. Maybe she thought she was getting the free. Pretty bemused look on her face with Megan Dunford, and the Waterford defence will be pretty happy with that one. Say thank you very much, and it's going to be a free out to Waterford. Megan goes backwards with it. Back as far as Aoife Murray. Good play here by Aoife Murray, and this time it's Kate McGrath. Suspicion there maybe of steps from Kate, but Waterford get on with it back with Kellyanne Hogan. Good play by the Ballymacarbery player, has a runner ahead of her. And here is Ava Waring of Erin's Own, who's got on a lot of balls so far, and it is the aforementioned Aoife Murray again, way up from her corner back position. Good play by the Cumber Rangers player, still Aoife Murray going forward. Effort comes in and it's gone wide. Oh, that probably deserved a score there. It was a direct move and all. You would have expected her and just to maybe nail that one. Went with the outside, the punt kick, I suppose, Michelle, and just outside the post.
Just slightly to the left of the post there. Unlucky for Aoife Murray, and she'd done some Trojan work to get into that position. She'd been on the ball back here in the corner back position, worked her way up the field. I mean, during my time playing with Waterford, Aoife Murray was playing in the corner forward position. She's establishing herself since last year in experimentation, maybe putting her back in the backs, but she's working very hard for Waterford. They are up and down the field and in defence.
Very versatile player, and Kerry with plenty of versatility in their team there, as Ciara O'Brien tries to carry that ball forward, offloads as far as Danielle O'Leary, gets the ball at the right moment. Can she draw this one in? It doesn't look like it's going to come in. You can see what she was trying to do, trying to draw it in, just went outside there. It was 2 attacks there in the last 2 minutes, 2 wides, Waterford at one end, and Danielle O'Leary, certainly not a bad effort, had the distance, just unfortunately from her point of view went the wrong side of the post, but certainly very lively second half, and 1-8 to 1-6, Kerry leading by 2 points. We haven't had a score in quite a bit, but it's pretty tight, it's pretty tense in this league opener here, live on the LGFA live streaming portal. Of course, a real whole host of games across the country here today, and that's going to continue over the next couple of weeks as well, so bumper programme of games, and both teams hoping to get off to a winning start here this afternoon. Kerry, are they going to be collecting both points here and make that long journey back? Waterford go forward again. This time it's Anya O'Neill, just textbook there, defending by Kerry. Eyes on the ball, and they win it back, and it's a direct kick pass forward now. A bit of room for Quiva Evans to go into the space. Offloads quickly as far as Shifra O'Shea, the team captain, drills it down the line, looking for Neomar Hertig. Well read there. Brilliant play there by Kellyanne Hogan. Takes the 1-2 there with Eve Power. That's good play by the St. Pat's player. St. Pat's and Ballymacarbery combining. Here's Catherine Hines on the ball now, the Shamrocks player, new addition to the panel this year. It certainly will bring plenty to it. Ava Waring back with Kellyanne Hogan again. Murray trying to get by that Kerry cover there. Seemed to be a loose pull of the arm there. The referee says play on. In fairness, Waterford could well profit from this, because Emma Murray has gone inside the cover. She's got 3 points so far. Still Emma Murray going forward. Thought about referee, was thinking about maybe giving a free. Karen McGrath with a good offload. Breed McMaw with the final effort, and Breed McMaw makes it a 1-point game here in Piltown. Brilliant move from Waterford. Breed McMaw, it's her second point of the afternoon. What a move. Murray was involved, McMaw was there, and the end product was pretty emphatic there from the Ballymacarbery player.
Second score for Breach McMaw here today, Gavin, and a very well taken score, but well worked team score there by Waterford. And in fairness, credit to the referee. Emma Murray was pulled back on her run out there. He left it off, he left the advantage play on, created a scoring opportunity there. Karen McGrath involved as well, back out to Breach McMaw. As you said, only a point between the games now, and anything can happen.
Yeah, certainly is. All action in this second half here, proven to be very entertaining here in Piltown this afternoon. Kerry all want to respond. They'll want an instant response, and they go forward. Direct ball inside, looking for Louise Niemer Hurtig inside, the one player they want on the ball. One look at the post. Brilliant block down there. Brilliant defending by Waterford. Murray once again amongst the thick of it there. Ava Waring wins it back for Waterford. Boots this one forward on the far over side. Bit of space here for Anya O'Neill to go into that wide open spaces and expanses here in Piltown, which she loves to do, and Waterford go forward. Annie Fitzgerald has looked very busy for Waterford, hasn't scored so far but has been on a lot of ball. This time the offload is good. Breed McMaw, who's absolutely flying it on the 40 for Waterford this afternoon. 2 points from play. She can be very pleased with her performance, but I'm sure knowing this Waterford panel as well, they'll want to get something from the game as well. But Kerry, they came down here with one thing in their mind, that's to get the victory. They'll be doing everything in their power to try and stop this Waterford side. Can they stop this latest attack? Waterford will want to profit from it. Annie Fitzgerald, it's quick movement here by Waterford. Catherine Hines and Annie Fitzgerald playing the 1-2. Annie's effort comes in, superb block down. She might have a second bite of it in as far as Kate McGrath. Kate McGrath looks at the post, and Kate McGrath kicks it to the right and wide there. It was a good opportunity. Annie Fitzgerald got a second bite of it off to Kate McGrath, and She will be disappointed with that. It certainly was a scoring chance, Michelle.
It was absolutely a scoring chance, well worked scoring chance at that. Kate just seemed to snap at it, maybe just not take even half a second was available to her just to give a quick glance at the post that time. Hopefully that won't cost Waterford. Hopefully they won't regret that. Interestingly enough, we have last year's captain Anna Galvin now coming into the fray for Kerry as well, but as we said, their bench is strong. So far we've seen Caught Lynch, we've seen Louise Moore-Hurtig, and now Anna Galvin come onto the pitch. In fairness to Waterford, they coped well with those star players coming in and coped well so far, and hopefully they'll maintain doing that. But Kerry, I suppose, are a little bit concerned now that they've given these amount of chances to Waterford.
It's Katie Brosnan coming off there as we've 21 minutes gone here in the second half in Piltown, proven to be a very entertaining second half. It's a quick offload here from Kerry. It's a 1 point game here. It's the visitors who lead, and Kerry with possession, and it is the aforementioned Anna Galvin, of course, based in the Defina club in Dublin. Not a bad player to be bringing on for Kerry, trying to steady up the ship. And again, good use of possession here with Caught Lynch and herself, two of the vastly experienced campaigners in this Kerry setup. They want to get off to a good start. They want to set off 2023 where they left off last year. Louise Niemer-Hurtig bends her back, gets down over this one, thinking about maybe looking at a shot. Offloads instead as far as Daniela O'Leary. She goes forward. Referee says that's okay. She lost her footing there at a critical juncture, and Waterford win it back. That's going to be a free out, says the referee. Kate McGrath there took a hit there, a little bit late there as well. And the Carlow official there just having a word there with the Kerry full forward to say no, I think that was okay. The tackling was okay, in fairness, right up at the play. Kate McGrath just took a bit of a heavy knock there, but just getting a bit of treatment there from Gary Cantwell, of course, is part of the Waterford backroom team as physio this year. Just checking on the welfare of Kate McGrath as we have another Kerry substitution. Hard to keep an eye on all these subs. It's all happening in the second half. It's Rachel Dwyer, another one of the Southern Gales contingent into the fray for Kerry, and it looks like the hard-working Quiva Evans is making her way off as well. So Kerry certainly not afraid to empty their bench.
No, absolutely not. And full credit to Kate McGrath that time, as she put off Daniel O'Leary in her shot there. Daniel O'Leary came in maybe a bit strong, trying to make up for losing possession there. But I suppose the interesting thing now is Waterford have only made 2 substitutions. Kerry have made quite a number, and will that freshness benefit Kerry going into these last, I suppose, 7 or 8 minutes here in the second half?
Megan Dunfer there just blowing for charging there, but Kerry kicked the ball away and they give possession back to Waterford. They'll be disappointed with that, and the Kerry management team underneath us felt that one as well, because it was a glorious opportunity. Maybe rush the kick there, trying to create an opening. Now it's Waterford to win it back. Here's Breed McMaw going forward, has a runner off the shoulder in the shape of Emma Murray. Waterford have players outside here if they can get this ball, chip it out wide there, but this time it's Kerry doing the fouling there. Maybe a bit of cuteness there in the shape of Anna Galvin, just that little tug back of the arm just to slow up the play, and that'll do nicely as well. Referee doing a bit of writing, and a chance for Kerry maybe to get bodies back. Waterford with an opportunity now as we head down the home straight of this game. It's proven to be pretty tight and tense in this second half. Didn't look that way in the opening half when Kerry raced into a 6-point lead, but Waterford have come roaring back into this game. Can they conjure up an equaliser? Kellyanne Hogan with the quick 1-2 there with her clubmate Breed McMaw, and we're all square here in Piltown for the first time this afternoon. Breed McMaw with 3 points from play this afternoon, and played the 1-2 there, or I should say Kellyanne Hogan, and absolutely superb score there. And the Ballymacarbry duo, I'm sure Michelle, combining, you enjoyed that one.
Well, you have to say, Gavin, there with the last number of minutes, it has felt like Waterford felt like they were right in this, and we're just waiting for that score to come. Kerry struggling to get scores, struggling to create scoring chances, haven't scored since Shifra O'Shea is free in the 8th minute, and Waterford really capitalising on possession, owning the possession really this half, it has to be said, and working very hard when not in possession. Kerry are going to have to come up with something special, because it feels like Waterford really feel like they have a bit of momentum here now. Yeah,
they certainly have, certainly really roaring and growing in confidence in the second half, and that management team, you can see over there, Pat Sullivan, he's charged, really, really happy with that one. Declan Quill, of course, and Dara Long down underneath us, the Kerry joint managers conjuring up plans as well. Waterford giving away possession there. Kate McGrath, route 1 ball inside his Nima Hurtig. Can she get the win the foot race here against Megan Dunford? Has possession here for Kerry, trying to take on Kate McGrath. Referee says play on. Good discipline tackling by Waterford. Kerry in possession, really livened up now in the past couple of minutes. Neither of these teams will be happy with a draw. They'll want to get both points. This time it's Kerry switching it across. Niamh Ní brilliant use of the foot pass all the way across as far as Anna Galvin on the far side. Can she keep it in play? She can't. It's gone out over the line, says the linesman there, and Waterford have this line ball. Chance for them to maybe work this one up the field. Looks like Hannah Power is going to take this one. She's really grown into this game, but certainly very, very lively now. Both teams, they're really going to go for the win here, I think, Michelle.
They are, absolutely. As I said, Waterford really sensing that they can get a win from this game, not alone a draw, to be honest, and Kerry really trying to plough themselves back in, create a few scoring chances, but they're making a few errors, and they're very forced to make a few errors by Waterford, it has to be said. Sloppy pass across the field that wasn't gathered that time, handing possession right back into Waterford on the attack again. again.
We're heading into the final 4 minutes here in Piltown. Whenever you're tuned in, we hope you're enjoying the actions, turning out to be pretty lively in the second half. We're nicely balanced, 1-8 apiece as we head down the home straight. Is there a match winner for Waterford in this game here this afternoon? Emma Murray going forward, prods it forward as far as Breed McMaw. Good play by the Ballymacarbery centre forward. She's playing with superb confidence this afternoon. She draws the foul on this occasion as well. She's pulled back. Referee right up at the place says that's a free in, and Noreen Scanlon came across there. I think she knew what she was doing, just tugged her back. This momentarily thwarted and tracked her run, I suppose, and it's a chance now for Waterford to shoot into the lead for what would be the very first time this afternoon.
A full credit to Breed McMaw that time. I mean, if you're in a standing position gaining that ball, you're going to be turned over, a free going to be given against you. She's tried to move her legs, get out of the tackle, withdrew the foul on top of herself, set up nicely again by Emma Murray. A similar free that Kellyanne Hogan had a few moments ago. Let's see if she can convert this one.
Can she nail this one? It looks good indeed. It's looping inside. Oh, there's gone in there. The ball is in the net, but I think it's going to be ruled out. A square ball infringement there. There was a little bit too much height in that one. I thought for a second it was landing over, but just came up a little bit short, and a bit of relief there for Kerry and Mary Ellen Bulger in particular. So it's a free out for Kerry, but they're a long way to get up the other end of the field. Waterford pushing up now. Are we going to get a winner here in Piltown? Of course, a draw wouldn't be a bad, I suppose, opening for either side, but they'd want to get the 2 points and move on to next week. But sure, at this stage, neither side will want to lose it, Michelle.
Absolutely not. I mean, we're in the last, I suppose, 5 minutes of the game right now. Every bit of possession is
all
vital.
the way back here as far as Mary Ellen Bulger putting herself under a little bit of pressure there. Went backwards, but she did well to retrieve the situation. Nobody better than the Southern Gales. Number 1, Kerry, in their own defensive unit, trying to work this ball out now. Back with with Anna Galvin, who's looked very busy, of course, upon her introduction. Just heads up football from her, and good use of it here. This is sprayed across, foot race here between Catherine Hines, and it's won by the experienced Lorraine Scanlon for Kerry. Up they go now, onto the attack, and it's Niamh Crahor on the ball for Kerry. Is there a match winner in them? Ciara Murphy would like to think so. Ball given away. Once again, it's Murray reading the situation for Waterford, and now they have an opening here if they can get the ball in hand. Breed McMaw, quick offload as far as Ava Waring, the air zone players, plenty of space in front of her, looking for options, sprays it across as far as Kate McGrath, way up from her corner back position. Good play by Kate. She's surrounded by a wall of Kerry players. Referee bang up at the play, ball hits the deck there, played away there by Kate McGrath. She did well, somehow got a hand to it there, and brilliant is supposed to keep possession in those navy jerseys for Waterford. Anya O'Neill in possession. Can we get a match winner here in Piltown? We're in the into the last few minutes. There's a push in the back there, there's a trip, says the referee, and both sides really going at it now. It may be early January, maybe the first round of the league, but there's no holding back from either side here in Piltown this afternoon. Certainly held up well here today. Can Waterford make a winning start in maybe their new home ground here maybe this afternoon? We'll wait and see. We have a few minutes to go, and plus whatever the referee will decide to add on. There will be a bit of injury time. Waterford have to release this ball now. Are they going to lose it in the contact? Kerry thought they had it back, but Waterford do well to retrieve the situation. Aoife Murray goes through, and that is charging, says the referee, and right in front of it there. We have to agree with that decision, and for a bit of dissent there, referee says ball going to be brought forward, an extra 13 metres for dissent. Louise Niemara Hurtig out in front of Megan Dunford. There's all action here now in Piltown. The fans are getting excited here as Kerry go forward. Is there a match winner for the All-Ireland finalists from last year? Ball inside, was it thrown? Referee says play on. There was a legitimate strike in action there. Louise Niemara Hurtig back with Kerry again. Waterford back there, and Ava Wary, good tackling by the Aaron Zone player, back on the 45 metre line. Kerry centre back, Aisling O'Connell into the fray now. Kerry have possession again. Now there's an opening inside, chance for Danielle O'Leary. She's on the edge of the D. There's a ball space inside there. Ball kicked away from Kerry there, tried to be threaded through there. Ball goes in, and it goes out over the end line there. Anya O'Neill doing the tracking back there, because it could have got into the shape there of Ciara O'Brien, who was gone lurking inside, and that could have been very, very dangerous. Are we going to get a winner, Michelle?
Well, that was a very dangerous there in front of the Waterford goal, it has to be said. A nice well-weighted pass to Ciara O'Brien. Could have seen a goal chance for Kerry, but fortunately for Waterford it went wide, and it's hard to see here now. It's a bit tense here in the last few minutes, and the thing about it is any bit of possession at all lost can be really costly for either side. Waterford would be thrilled to come away with a point in this game. Most people fancying the All-Ireland champions to win here, and probably to win well, but Waterford have really battled in the second half, and really put the All-Ireland finalists, I should say, to the pin of their collar.
They certainly have indeed. We make it here in the truck that we're in this afternoon from our commentary box. That the 30 minutes are up. Can we get a match winner here in Piltown? Waterford would like to think so. Murray has an advantage, and the kick comes in. We are going to come back for the free though, says Jonathan Murphy. No advantage accruing. and there could be a chance for Waterford maybe to muster up a match winner here. And Murray, and she knew it was coming, I think, and in fairness, the effort pulled right and wide, but the referee was playing an advantage, so it's going to be a free in for Waterford as we are past the 30-minute mark. It's at the discretion now of the referee, Jonathan Murphy, and a chance for Kellyanne Hogan, who has kicked many a frees and has practiced these up, no doubt, in the midfield and fields throughout the country. Could she be a match winner, a possible match winner here for Waterford? She's 3 points so far between play and frees. Joe Murray, you see on the sideline, dad, of course, of Emma and Aoife, just telling her to steady herself. Kick comes in, it's going to hang in the air. Louise Scanlon around there, Waterford trying to get their hands in it. Brilliantly taken by Lorraine Scanlon, I should say, the Kerry midfielder, just when you want her back there. Plucked that one out of the air. Kellyanne's effort, there's plenty of height in it, just didn't carry the sufficient distance. Referee will have a glance at the watch here. We make it the 30 minutes is up. Are we going to end all square? It is 1-8 apiece, as you can see on your screens. Kerry being urged to go forward here. They'll want to conjure up a possible match winner here. Ball up as far as Courtlinch to Castle Island Desmond's player going forward for Kerry. They'll want to win it. Ball comes in there. It was a bit of in fairness, it was a bit of the ball one as well, but it was a follow through there by Emma Murray, who just seemed to catch the Kerry player there. On that occasion, it was Patrice Diggin there, who in fairness, she's back up to her feet as well. I know a bit of the ball one there, I think, was probably a little bit high in the shape of Murray there. That's what the referee has indicated there. You can see Jonathan Murphy having a chat with her. A bit of off the ball stuff here between Kellyanne Hogan and Diggin there, the Kerry substitute. Ball booted down the line. Louise Murray-Hurtick. Kerry going for a match winner here. Offloads as far as Shifra O'Shea, the Kerry captain. She's got 1-4 so far. They go into the attack. Here's a chance for Danielle O'Leary, the Ratmore player. Can she get room to swing this one? Right footed effort comes in from O'Leary, and it's over the bar for Kerry, the Ratmore player. It's her first time, it's her first score of the afternoon. What a time to get it. It's come deep in injury time here, and the All-Ireland finalists from last season hit the front here in the dying Imbros in Piltown. That'll be heartbreak really for Waterford. Kick comes out. They'll have to go down the field and try and conjure up an equaliser. Breed McMaw goes high. Kerry win it back. Ball on the 45-metre line. That's the Kerry 45. It's Shifra O'Shea on it. She set up that last attack. Waterford trying to win it back. Kerry go forward. They're pleading for steps. Still with Shifra O'Shea. Ball chipped outside. Kerry just all they want to do now is hold this ball and maybe wind down the clock. Referee has a glance at the watch. He's still playing on. They know they have the lead. They're in possession. There's no hooter here in Piltown this afternoon, so it's at the discretion of the referee. Steps inside the cover there. Aisling O'Connell. Good play. Good build-up play by Kerry across the line now. Anna Galvin. Oh, they just got their noses in front at the right time. Waterford had opportunities, but Kerry, that's why they're All-Ireland finalists. That's what they've brought to the table. And Declan Quill and Dara Long down underneath us, barking the instructions, trying to urge their colleagues on, but Waterford do well to overturn this one. They are going to get an opportunity perhaps to maybe conjure up what would this stage be probably a deserved equaliser, in fairness to Pat Sullivan's charges. They've given it absolutely everything this afternoon in what's been a cracking league opener here in Piltown. And referee having a word, and looks like he's having a word with two of the players over there. It could be a card here, maybe certainly be a late yellow card in this stage for Kerry. Maybe it's just a ticking there for the Kerry player, and also has a word there, tells Emma Murray to maybe bring that free back a little bit. Looks like he's going to allow Waterford one more attack, Michelle. See if we can maybe get an equaliser here in what's been a really entertaining second half, in fairness, and the crowd really engaging with the second half as well. The Kerry supporters are down in numbers. Are they going to be making the long journey back up to the Kingdom with two valuable points and starting off their league campaign on a winning note? Waterford with Kate McGrath in possession. Offloads as far as Emma Murray, trying to get room to go forward. Louise Murray-Hurtick. Kerry working really hard. Don't want to concede a free here as Waterford work this ball forward. They're in a position now. Owen O'Neill in possession. Owen O'Neill going forward. In as far as Breed McMaw. Can the ball go to hand? Doesn't go to hand. McMaw somehow has it back. Brilliant play by McMaw. She goes forward. Waterford still with possession. Can they get room to somehow engineer a kick? Goes all the way back. Kerry trying to press on this ball as well. Waterford trying to win it back. Who has this ball? Hannah Power wins it back. Good play for the St. Pat's player. Goes back with it. Back as far as Murray. Sprays it across as far as Eve Power. The Power sisters involved here this afternoon. She's looking for options. Sprays it back as far as her sister Hannah Power. Waterford need to go forward. The referee has a look at the watch. Ball inside. Ball hits the deck. Back as far as Murray for Waterford. Going forward. Can they get room to kick this one in? Ball with Ava Waring. Inside as far as Catherine Hines. Good play by the Shamrocks player. Back with Ava Waring again. The Aaron Zone player. Back outside as far as Murray. Kerry with the bodies back there. Referee looks at the watch. Ball kicked backwards. Referee blows the full-time whistle. It's a winning start for Declan Quill and for Dara Long and for Kerry here in Piltown. They have prevailed by the slenderest of margins here after a really entertaining league opener which had everything. Kerry 1-9, Waterford 1-8. It's disappointment for the Daisha there. But what a battle in the second half, and it came down to Danielle O'Leary's effort, dying seconds of the game. which ultimately got Kerry over the line. But a brilliant battle in the second half. Both teams shake hands with each other there as the referee makes his way off there. And it's Kerry who prevailed by a point, 1-9 to 1-8 after a fierce battle here in Piltown. Michelle Ryan.
Extremely extraordinary battle, to be honest, Gavin, and really exciting, intense here for that second half. And what a show of character from the Kerry girls to actually create that opportunity. When things weren't going well for them, those chances weren't presenting them for themselves. Waterford had been defending very, very well, and considering their only score before that had been Shifra O'Shea's point in the 8th minute of the second half. But what a time to put over that score by Daniel O'Leary when it was really, really needed. And there is no doubt, but there's going to be a lot of relief on the Kerry side, and probably things they weren't let it have all their own way there in that second half, but they fought and grounded out that victory. A lot of disappointment, I would say, over there in the Waterford camp though, because I mean that second half performance was absolutely excellent. There was a lot of great individual performances as well as a bit more team cohesion to be seen as they moved up the pitch and created those scores. But you're right in what you said, there were some scores that were left behind there by Waterford, which did prove crucial in the end, considering there was a narrow margins between them.
Certainly so, absolutely. Kerry going through their warm down routine. Waterford over on the other side looked pretty distraught, I suppose, because they felt there was an opportunity there to maybe get something out of the game, but both teams certainly gave it everything, and the game's of course going to continue to come thick and fast for both sides. Next weekend Kerry are away to Mayo on Saturday at 12:15 in the Connacht Centre of Excellence. Waterford welcome Cork to Piltown next Sunday afternoon. So I suppose all in all, Michelle, very good workout, heavy ground out there, conditions, thankfully the rain stayed away, but both teams will be happy with the workout. Obviously Kerry will be very pleased going back up the road.
They will. They've travelled down here now to Piltown, got the win. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether it was a 1-point win or a 10-point win, they've got the points now from their first game, so they've started off the league in a positive before they head to Mayo next week. And what the thing about Kerry is they built on such momentum last year that they're not going to fear any of these teams, even though they've come up from Division 2. They competed in All-Ireland senior final last year against Meath, the current All-Ireland and former All-Ireland champions as well. And they're building, and they'll be happy to have that win under their belt. As for Waterford, there are a lot of positives to be taken out of the game here from Waterford, Gavin, to be honest. I mean, a lot of people have been talking in reports during the week that Waterford are the favourites for relegation based on the calibre of the other teams and maybe the relegation battle they faced last year. But I saw there was a lot of character in that performance there now, a lot of things to build on. They've another 2 games here at home, the likes of Cork, the likes of Mayo, before they hit the likes of Donegal and Dublin and Meath later on in the league format, and they should be targeting those games. And if they can bring, I suppose, that energy and that fight that they had in the second half year the whole way through those 60 minutes here against Cork next week, I really think there are a few games here they could target and get a few results from.
Super stuff indeed. We look forward to the action next weekend. Michelle, thanks for your company this afternoon. As always, it's Kerry who have prevailed here by a solitary point in Piltown. Don't forget, more live action to come on the LGFA live streaming portal next weekend. Waterford will be at home to Cork next Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock. Kerry will make the journey to the Connacht Centre of Excellence to face Mayo at 12:15 next Saturday. So from Michelle Ryan and co-commentary, myself, Gavin Whelan, thanks for tuning in this afternoon. Thanks to Kieran as well, playing a blinder on camera alongside us this afternoon for his setup, and wish him a safe journey back up this evening. Full-time score in this Lidl Ladies National Football League Division 1 Round 1 clash. It's finished Kerry 1 goal and 9 points, Waterford 1 goal and 8 points. Thanks for watching.